Hello students, today in this video we will be revising the following topics of the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Number 1 is chromosomal theory of inheritance, second is linkage and recombination, third is sex determination. So let's get started. In the last video we saw that in 1900 three scientists Dewey, Correns and von Sheshemag they rediscovered Mendel's work, and by this time there was the advancement in microscopy, and because of that scientists could see the cell division taking place in the cell, and inside the cell in the nucleus the structure which was getting doubled and divided just before cell division, and they called that structure in the nucleus chromosomes. And by 1902 the chromosome movement during meiosis had also been worked out. Because of that, Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri in 1902 and 1903 they could united the knowledge of chromosomal segregation during meiosis with the Mendelian principle and called it as chromosomal theory of inheritance. And according to this theory, they said, number 1, the behavior of the chromosome was parallel to the behavior of the genes during gamete formation. It means the segregation of the chromosome was parallel to the segregation of genes, and only one of each pair, whether we will talk about chromosome or genes, only one of the pair was transmitted to a gamete. Number 2, chromosome as well as genes, or we can say factor, they occurs in pair. Number 3, the two alleles of a gene pair are located on the homologous sites on the homologous chromosome. And last one is independent pairs segregate independently of each other. It means alleles of two characters, they will segregate independently of each other, which we can see in this diagram also. When during anaphase of meiosis 1, the two chromosome pairs can align at the metaphase plate independently, where we can see the two possibilities. The one long orange and one short green chromosome can segregate together, and one long yellow and one short red chromosome can segregate together. This is the first possibility. Second possibility is that one long orange will segregate with one short red chromosome, and one yellow will segregate with the one short green chromosome. So there is a possibility of 50-50%, and this is the independent assortment of chromosome. It means they are segregating and transmitting into the gametes independently. Following this chromosomal theory of inheritance, Thomas Hunt Morgan and his colleagues they try to give the experimental verification of this theory, but they lead to discovering the basis for the variation produced during sexual reproduction. They chose Drosophila melanogaster fruit fly for this verification. Some of the reasons to choose fruit fly were, number 1, they could be grown on the simple synthetic medium in the labs. Their life cycle is very short, 2 weeks only. The single mating can produce a large number of progeny. The clear differentiation of the sexes, like the abdomen is larger in females, stripes are more clear in females, and the abdomen is pointed at the end in females, and vice versa for the males. Plus, many hereditary variations they could easily be seen with the low power microscopes. When Morgan studied inheritance of two characters, it means dihybrid cross, of the genes which were located on sex chromosome, like he crossed between yellow-bodied and white-eyed female with the brown-bodied and red-eyed male. He found that in F2, the phenotypic ratio, it deviated from the Mendelian ratio, that is 9:3:3:1, which was expected due to the independent assortment. Morgan and his group, they saw that when the two genes which they were studying were present on the same chromosome, that was on X chromosome, the parental gene combination were much more higher than the non-parental type in F2 generation. It means variations were very less, and most of the progeny they resemble to their parents. So parental gene combination were much higher than the non-parental type. He coined the word linkage to describe this physical association of genes when they are present on the same chromosome as linkage. So this physical association is known as linkage. And he also coined the another term, that is recombination, which is inversely proportional to the linkage. Recombination, it means new combinations, formation of non-parental gene combination. So here we can see, so if the distances between two genes it is more, crossing over will be more, recombination or variation will be more, but the linkage between the two genes it will be weaker or it will be lesser. Let's understand linkage and recombination through the dihybrid cross which was conducted by Morgan. So here you can see two crosses, cross A and cross B. Cross A shows the crossing between gene Y and W, and cross B shows the crossing between gene W and M. In cross A, the distance between two genes Y and W, it is very small, but in cross B, the distance between two genes W and M, it is very large. So based on your understanding about the linkage and recombination, we know that if the distance between two genes it is small, then the recombination or the variation will be less. Here dominant type is the wild type, and which is represented with the plus sign in superscript. So when he crossed the yellow bodied and white eyed females with the wild type, he found in F1 generation the females were of wild type and the males were yellow bodied and white eyed. As we know that wild type is the dominant, it means Y plus W plus, these are the dominating alleles. And in F2 generation they found that the parental combination was 98.7% and recombinant type was only 1.3%. So based on this cross we can say if the distance between two genes is small, the parental type will be more and recombinant type will be less. It means variations will be lesser and recombination will be lesser. In cross B, where the distance between two genes W and M, it is large, he crossed the white-eyed and miniature-winged females with the wild type males. So in F1 generation, the wild type and white and miniature. So he found that in F1 generation, females were of wild type and males were of white-eyed and miniature wing type. But when he intercrossed these two types, in F2 generation, he found that the parental type was only 62.8% and recombinant type was 37.2%. So based on these two crosses, we can say if the linkage is strong, it means the physical association of the two genes, it is strong. It will be strong when the distance between two genes will be small and the recombination is lesser. But the condition when the linkage is weak, it means the distance between two genes is more, the recombinant type is more. So we can see that the linkage is inversely proportional to the recombination, crossing over and distance between two genes. There are two other terms like the linkage group. Linkage group, it corresponds to the haploid number of chromosome in any species. Like we humans have 23 number of chromosomes as haploid number of chromosome, and Drosophila has 4 chromosomes as haploid number of chromosome. This genetic map is nothing, just the graphical representation of the relative position or order and relative distance of genes in a chromosome in a form of line. So example is like human genome sequencing, where this chromosome map or genetic map is used. Third term is Morgan or map unit. These are the units for crossing over, or you can say recombination. So they are known as Morgan units. So one map unit or one Morgan unit is equals to the 1% of the recombination between two genes. So if the value of the map unit is 1, it means there is 1% recombination between two genes. So now we have understood about the linkage and recombination. So as we know that during this time 1900, there were the advancement of the microscopes. So cytological observations was being done by the scientists, and these cytological observations, this led to the genetic or chromosomal mechanism of sex determination. That how can we determine the sex of any individual using the genes or chromosomes. Hanking in 1891 traced a nucleus structure that was present throughout the spermatogenesis in few insects. In male insects, he found that after spermatogenesis, only 50% of the sperms they received that structure and 50% they didn't receive that structure. And that structure was called as X body by the Hanking. By the other scientists, it was found that X body of Hanking was in fact a chromosome, and that's why it was given the name X chromosome. It was also observed that in a large number of insects, the mechanism of sex determination is of XO type. And due to the involvement of the X chromosome in the determination of sex, it was designated to be the sex chromosome. and the rest of the chromosome were named as autosomes. Now let's see the types of sex determination methods. All these methods, they are given the names based on the heterogamete. So the first method is XY method, which is present in mammals, some insects like Drosophila, and humans. In females, the sex chromosomes are XX type. It means it is a homozygous condition. And in males, the sex chromosomes are of XY type. It means heterogamety is there. So generally the name of the method is given on the heterogamete. So the males are heterozygous. Second is ZW method, where the female has Z and W sex chromosomes while the males have ZZ sex chromosomes. And examples are birds, reptiles, and fishes.
Next is XO method, which is found in roundworms or insects. In XX, it is found in females and it is a homozygous condition, whereas in males, the sex chromosomes are XO, which is a heterozygous condition. And the last one is ZO method, which is found in moths and butterfly, where females have ZO, it means heterozygous condition, and ZZ, it is found in males, and ZZ, that is found in males, and males are homozygous. The types of sex determination mechanism, where males are heterozygous, it means males produce two types of gametes and which will determine the sex of the individual, is known as male heterogamety. Here females are homozygous. Like examples are XY method and XO method. Similarly, if females are heterozygous, they produce two types of gametes. Examples are ZW and ZO methods, where half of the eggs they have Z chromosome and half of the eggs will have W chromosome. Here males will be homozygous, ZZ. So this is in the next and last video of this chapter. I will be sharing with you the PDF of handouts and last 10 years board question papers. So do subscribe to get the notification for the next videos. Thank you.